This is Making Moves, and we're 50,000 Rand to invest in a business. 13 entrepreneurs will come face to face with our panel of judges to pitch for this investment.
So what's the plan?
Your business could be in line to win this grand prize in our Money in the Bank series. Your business could be operating from home, the streets, or at a fancy office, normally from a bicycle. Oksalayo, we are looking for you. Only 4 entrepreneurs will make it to the final episode to pitch for that investment. Watch Making Moves every Monday, 2 p.m. on SABC 1, Mzansi for sure.
What Omnipresent Global is a drones operations company. What we do is we provide inspection and survey data. Let's assume an accident happens now somewhere in Sandton. We'd have to deploy someone there to the accident scene to fly the drone over. This will take about 10 minutes of capturing the data, real-time data, because you need it to be geometrically correct and all that funny stuff.
How does that differ from a telematics device?
So a telematics device,
Drones have quickly evolved into tools for creating, innovating, and capturing experiences. Omnipresent Global is offering cutting-edge solutions to mining, constructions, and telecommunications industry. Namhlanje, sixoxisana nabasunguli bayo ke le nkampani ababili, uAphiwe noLonwabo. Bona ke bazositshela ukuthi imaphi ke amasu abanawo azobasiza ukuthi leli business labo lingathuthuka kanjani.
Hi, my name is Lonwabo Semane.
and I'm Aphiwe, and we are co-founders of Omnipresent Global.
Omnipresent is a drone operations company in which we survey and inspect in the construction and mining industry and in the power and utilities industry.
What makes us special is our ability to provide 95% accuracy in the data we provide for our clients.
So you can find us on Facebook at omnipresent.global and on our website www.omnipresent.co.za.
Namhlanje ngisesentini lapho khona ngizohlangana nensizwe ezimbili ezosomabhizinisi. Bona ke basebenza kulomkhakha lona ongajwayelekile kakhulu kuleli lakithi. Bathi ke bona kuleli business labo basebenza ngama-drone. Into engifuna ukuyazi ukuthi yini ke lena ibenze ukuthi bangene kuwona lo mkhakha. Kube ke phela unomkhakha usemusha kuleli lakithi. Uma ngabe wena lapha ekhaya ufuna ukwazi kabanzi ukuthi sikhuluma ngani namhlanje? Come with me. Ngiyazi ukuthi inkampani yenu kuthiwa nisebenza ngama-drone. Sacela nichazele kabanzi. Nenzani ngalama-drone manithi nisebenza ngama-drone la ekhaya?
Senza i-surveying ne-inspection. Now, this surveying ne-inspection, it goes from basically the power line, power utility industry, down to ifama as well. Basically, into esiyenzayo, we found a way to ukwenza operations zezchep more efficient and way more safer because kwi-network towers reduce climbs mase sikwazi ukwenza ezo inspections sisebenzisa drones.
Ukhona une-background ye-electrical engineering omunye lapho phuma ko-financial systems. Bafethu, zombili lezi zinto azihlangane. But nikwazi kanjani ukuthi nihlangane nobabili nenze sure ukuthi-ke you come up with this concept yale business?
Okay ke. Udibana kwethu eVarsity kulapho yena i-business mind, ne-entrepreneur, the one who creates things, and mna the guy who puts things together in operations. Dibanisa konke. Saqala nge-idea yoba sibe app, i-wearable, ne-drone. Kulapho i-drone yayizonceda into zobungozi.
This is where the magic happens.
Yes, sir.
Over here, this is Kirsten. She's going to be the first female drone pilot. That's part of our plan.
Ake ningitshele ubani wenza ini ke phakathi kwenu nobabili.
All right, now I'm the safety officer in the company, as health and safety is a requirement in these industries, be it aviation, be it construction, be it power and utilities. So in terms of safety, since we are operating in the we have to comply with aviation safety. In doing so, we have an AVSEC, Aviation Security and Aviation Safety Officer, in which you do a risk assessment before a flight. A risk assessment is where you identify hazards, and in hazard identification you get to mitigate the risk. So that is sort of an overview of what happens, and as the quality assurance officer as well, you do a pre-flight audit.
As the drone pilot or the drone operator in the company, part of its duties are some of those pre-site assessments. As well, I need to know the area and the papa kuyo. Is it a restricted area? So areas like the controlled zones. Is it within Johannesburg TMA? So the jonga ape mapping in the board okay, nansi Johannesburg TMA, and then I must understand the altitude yale TMA itini. Then understand the ZP CTR as well. I must understand because the FATs. Zibalekile guys. Because it's dangerous areas, as we call FAR, the restricted areas where tina funeka sisindize kuzo.
We met them at what we call a makerspace. A makerspace is all about technology, creating things, 3D printers, laser cutting. What we got, we enrolled them and we strapped one of our 360 virtual reality cameras to the drone, and then they flew it around and we did a bunch of tests. So quite often we'll bring them in on our testing R&D capacities.
Market director kanjani kini because yabona phela ukushuta ithombe nokuba kuma event nge-drone to industrial enye into ke le.
Yeah, it's currently a bit tough because there's a lot of proving of technology that has to happen because industrial, some of the process, especially with construction, I mean, it's very seldom where you find a new innovation in construction or any change. I want to stick to a certain method of doing things. Now, this is an end that, like we mining, that says we can do volumetric calculations, we can do it way more accurate than the current way. We can do it even faster. So what takes you 7 days could take us a day to do. So for them, it's like siteta magic. Yeah. So it's a lot of proving of that magic that it's possible.
What interested me to working with the guys was the camera, the GoPro. I love working with cameras, so that's why I took this challenge upon myself. The reason why drones is important to me is because I'd like to see the drone nation go somewhere, because to me, drones are the future.
We're going to stand about 3 meters away from Yona.
Yes.
And then we'll start it up and then we'll fly it.
What do you guys need to do now in order to break in
to that market
and get into a space where you actually have a sustainable business and you can continue with your research and development and innovation? What needs to happen?
We need a lot of capital investment.
To do what?
To basically increase the capacity, right?
But why do you need capacity? You don't have enough clients.
Lensizwa ezimbili eziphuma e-Eastern Cape. Ubuhlobo bawo baqala ke bona ke bese selapha esikoleni. Namhlanje ba ama-business partners baxoxisana nathi ngemvelaphi yabo futhi baphinde basitshele ukuthi bekunjani ke laphayana la bekhula khona e-Eastern Cape. Baphinde ke futhi basitshele ngokuthi ke izindlela zabo ke zobuhlobo zahlangana kanjani.
So in memories zami ze childhood yami is sasiphupha a lot and you know sasebenzisa imagination kakhulu ngendlela sasidlala ngayo.
Aphiwe ukhuliswe ngumama wakhe kakhulu ixesha eninzi enguye no brother wakhe omncinci osemva kwakhe.
I think ndandingumntana omamela kakhulu. Yeah, I always tried uba ndizame ukwenza ubomi bukamama makhulu wam as abelula.
Ngathi esikolweni i-challenge kakhulu kutshintsha izikolo because Aphiwe khange afunde kwisikolo esi-1 ese-primary unobafunde kwizikolo zayi-4.
Into yotshintsha isikolo from one school to another, it exposed me basically to into ezininzi. So I was always ndiqhele nje i-diversity and yandinceda ukuthi ndibe individual because zange ndihlale kwisikolo esi-1 for too long so that ndiphela ndiba neetshomi ndifuna ufana nazo. So into efana ne-peer pressure ndandingayazi.
Lonwabo ukhulele eDikeni in Alice. Mhlambi i-challenge endingathi bikhona kukuba he was 16 years younger than me. So I was ndandingekho kakhulu when he was growing up. So ukhuliswe zi-grandparents zakhe.
Makhulu wami sort of taught me principles in life in which I think I carry through. I confined a lot of things in them, but not as much as I confined in my mother because I'm the open, ngoba relationship yethu was much as mom and son, ingathi sister yami endala.
Lonwabo nam. It's a very good relationship ndingatsho and si-close kakhulu.
She's like an older sister, but yes, kumama at the end of the day, imfundiso zakhe, I take them dearly to heart because there's certain things ekufuneka zenziwe empilweni, which is working hard. Nothing comes easy. I've learned that from her, and kufuneka uyisebenzele into oyifunayo empilweni. So Aphiwe and I went to the same pre-primary school, but he won't remember that. He then joined me in primary school in grade 6, where he came to the same primary school I was at. And then Sabina said, varsity when he came back to study entrepreneurship, and I was finishing off my finance degree.
So in character Lonwabo, ngumuntu that's very vigilant, you know, because ukhumla yonke into.
Uyathanda ukwakha abantu and ndiyayithanda loo nto ngoba naye uyandakha as he's got more experience in business as well. He assists me in growing my business acumen.
endiyithandayo in the friendship yethu is I think sine-objectives ezifanayo. I-end goals zethu ziyafana, so before you lose the focus, you know, pull each other back into focus.
Akubanga uhambo olula kakhulu kuzona ke lezi insizwe eziphuma laphayana kwa Omnipresent Global. Uyabona ke kulona le nkundla le abasebenza kuyona yamabhizinisi kukhona ke ukuwa nokuvuka. Kodwa ke izinto ke njengamanje ziyabashintshela ke lamadoda lawo. Njengamanje balapha e-studio sethu kuba nodlwana ndlebe no Pepsi. Ukumtshela ukuthi ke imaphi ke amasaba nawo azobasiza ukuthi ibhizinisi labo lingandlondlobala kanjani futhi bazokwazi kanjani ukuthi bahehe amakhasimende amasha bazakhele nendumo ezulu kuyona lo mkhakha labakuwona.
All right, we've just arrived at Making Moves to meet Pepsi.
I'm excited. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I'm also excited, a bit nervous of the interrogation of the business, but let's see how it goes.
Aphiwe and Lonwabo established Omnipresent Global to offer technological solutions that provide safer and more efficient methods of capturing data. Although the idea sounds great, convincing the market to buy into the service has not been smooth sailing. Both gentlemen are here to discuss their business as well as share a little bit about what their growth strategy is. Gentlemen, welcome to Making Moves.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so Aphiwe and Lonwabo, ne?
Yes, sir.
So I'm not going to call the wrong guy the wrong name. Yeah. All right, so who's the nerd? Who's the techie?
I think I'm the techie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the assumption would be you with the glasses, that you would be the nerd, but you're the nerd, you're
Yes,
the techie.
yeah.
Okay. So, firstly, what problem does the technology solve?
Essentially, the problem that the technology solves across industry is the problem around efficiency and the problem around safety, right, in the operations. I'm not sure if I should elaborate a bit further in terms of industry specific.
Okay, so there are a few big industries
Yes, sir.
that you
Yeah.
can possibly service, right?
Yeah.
So let's deal with the 3 or 4 biggest.
Okay.
So let's talk mining.
Yeah. Okay.
What does this technology do in mining?
With regards to mining, we can sort of restructure their whole pit structure, also give them elevation data, which is all part of the surveys that they need, map out the area, the whole mine, and also calculate their volumes, which is a very, very important part. Hence, they dig out earth.
Okay, so it can fly above the mine and it saves them time. How do they normally get that information?
Okay, so that information is normally done with ferro scanners, which are laser scanners, and a GPS. A surveyor would walk around, they'd close down a certain part of operations, and they'd walk around, place their scanner. It does its business for about 15 minutes, and then you move on to the next GPS point, and you place your scanner again, and it does it, which is a long and strenuous process. It takes about 2 to 7 days sometimes, depending on exactly what you're doing, how big the stockpile is, etc.
And then in terms of, I know you can't say how long yours takes because it's relative, but just from a percentage perspective, how much faster are you?
So in terms of time savings, we'd say we do it 96% time saving.
It's 96% time saving.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the application in the telecommunications space.
Okay. Instead of sending someone to climb down, so we've basically brought something that's a bit safer. We send the drone up, and the drone would do the visual inspection. Now, beyond that, we've been playing around radio frequency, so sort of to be able to map out what the radio frequency is of the antenna itself, because they do send someone else again to go climb up, install a spectrum scanner, which is the scanner that they use to pick up what the radio frequency is in the specific tower.
To check that the tower is still strong enough, it's still on the right frequency, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how many activities, etc. So we went and did a little hack, installed our own spectrum analysis scanner onto a drone, and saw if we're able to actually pick up what the interferences are, you know, the number of activities happening within the antenna itself.
Currently, you're a few months old.
Yep.
The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
Who is paying you right now?
Okay. So at the moment, we are running a few pilot projects. one with in agriculture with ECRDA, another one with Vodacom, and we're about to start off with a telecom pilot right now.
Okay. Who pays for those pilots?
Unfortunately, at the present moment, so I think it's part of the learning mistakes or curves that we went through last year. So we went and offered to do pilots sort of for free.
Okay.
Now,
it might have been the only choice you had.
Yeah, at the time,
because not everybody's going to agree to pay you to do a pilot for them in order for them to give you their business. So nobody has paid you yet.
We've been paid for aerial videography.
Okay, so where you're taking pictures from above.
Okay. But I mean, we decided not to focus on that because of sort of the volatility of the industry itself. You know, because we're trying to build something that's sustainable.
What do you guys need to do now in order to break in
to that market
and get into a space where you actually have a sustainable business and you can continue with your research and development and innovation? What needs to happen?
I think a short, sweet answer to that would be we'd need a lot of capital investment.
To do what?
To basically increase the capacity, right?
But why do you need capacity? You don't have enough clients.
Because if we have to close on the deal, so for example, just example with the telcos, right? We're at a position where we have to come up with an ask, and we can't ask for 1,000 towers knowing that we only have one drone pilot and one safety officer.
So you only got one drone pilot and
one safety officer.
No, I mean, nonsense. You can ask them for 1,000 towers and just get on with it. You guys are also, I think, far too conservative.
Okay.
So you walk in and big guy Transnet says, let's go, national. You say, sharp boss, we'll be ready in 3 months. End of story. Why not?
Yeah, no, I think you're right there. We are very conservative and sort of scared. I think majority of our fear comes from that thing to say, well, it's a new space. We're treating it as if we have the luxury of time, but we've treated it as such, to say, well, we have the luxury of time in terms of building all the small things and putting them into play, and then we'll be ready. So, yeah, maybe in 2 months' time you'll hear a different conversation where we say, okay, well, now we have stress of getting drone pilots. So can you guys put up a free advert for us? Yeah.
Okay. Gentlemen, thank you very much. I mean, I think it's cool, young black guys, you're inventing stuff, technology, it's a new industry, it's fresh, it's exciting, and we're getting involved in things that are technical, which is what this country needs. Let's get stuck in with what's real and go get the business.
All right.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Aphiwe and Lonwabo have identified a niche market. With their enhanced technological equipment, they can offer solutions more efficiently than traditional methods of data capturing. I'm sending them for a coaching session to get advice on how to refine their marketing strategy in order to win more clients, and also how they can quickly build capacity so that they can service the potential that their business has.
I'm expecting more assistance in terms of how to access the market, sort of strategies on, also selling the product, and also how to structure a deal that says, give me 6 months to be prepared without essentially saying it.
You potentially have customers, they don't know you yet, and you don't know how to position yourself to those customers, and you don't have a buyer, there's no money, which is what makes a business complete. So you can't make money if you don't know how to articulate your value propositions to your clients. If you had to describe your typical client, the one that you're trying to attract, what kind of client do you want?
Our typical client, it would be I'd say a telco company, which would be your MTNs, your Vodacoms, your telecoms.
Okay, why them?
as they would need the service more immediately. What they're currently struggling with is the safety side of their inspections, and the drone sort of implements that solution much faster.
Okay. Does your business have capacity to service the likes of a Telkom, a Vodacom, and so forth?
Okay, so we don't have capacity.
Okay.
And there's another leg, which is a final leg. It's a much bigger license that allows us to work in the airspace nationally.
Got it.
So yeah.
You are obviously very smart entrepreneurs. You have got a sexy product. It's interesting. It's new. It's innovative, which is always exciting. What you are faced with is you have a product. You potentially have customers. They don't know you yet, and you don't know how to position yourself to those customers. And you don't have a buyer. There's no money, which is what makes a business complete. So you can't make money if you don't know how to articulate your value propositions to your clients. So they are really smart. They're two smart guys, very smart, but not business savvy yet. I think they're very smart technically, and they know what this thing can be, but they don't have an understanding of how to get this thing to market. When you are speaking to a client, you are selling something that they find is painful for them. One, you need to identify what are the pain points from a client's perspective. So you're saying, here's a product, it's saving you money, it's saving you time, it's more efficient, it's increased productivity, all your different selling points, whatever they may be. A client has one of those things that is pressing them and is making it very difficult for them to do business. The person who's working on the technical level knows the technical issues that they're experiencing. The person who's paying, the person that they report to, that is the person that you need to be able to understand. So the relationship that you need to start building are people who are buying. So whether that's procurement managers, whether it's the finance people in the organization, whether it's the ops person in the organization, you need to find out who is the person that's paying for the service that's currently being delivered. So you're not selling different things all the time. It's the same product, but you're just positioning it to say, this product fixed this problem for you. The same product fixed this problem for you. And that's how you are able to start engaging with your clients.
Some of the challenges is that educating, and in educating the customers it will be much easier to sell. So that's one of the struggles which you pinpointed.
Our value proposition is precision and speed, but how to better articulate that for the customer so that they receive it and pay for it is definitely something we need to work on.
My suggestion, when you structure your pitch, first minute, very simply, as if you were speaking to a 9-year-old. Not this complicated jargon language that you guys use. Speak as if you're speaking to a 9-year-old who does not come from the industry. In that first minute, be able to explain and articulate who you guys are and what makes you great. Okay? The second minute, you would speak about what is the opportunity that you are trying to tap into. So we have this opportunity to get a license, or we have this opportunity to target X client, whatever it might be that you want to target. And that opportunity must link to what the funds are going to be used for. Third point is, this is how much it's going to cost us, and this is what we're going to use the funds for.
Right.
If you can try and get all of that in the first 4 minutes, you're done.
That's some of the work which we're going to have to put in. Maybe Lonwabo and I are not going to sleep, which I think is ideal because we need that money, right? Is it right, gents? Okay, I know. Intenhle sinamukele futhi bafowethu. Usuku lwesibili nizopitcha namhlanje.
Ewe.
Kwangathi kukhona ukuthuka, kukhona nizizwa njani bafowethu?
Izikhona za nerves anyana nje, but
Ndiyakhona, siyikhwelile.
Ndiyakhona. All right. Izolo manikhuluma no Pepsi. Ngibonile kulwadlwana ndlebe benalo. Bekungacacinyana mhlawumbe ukuthi bekhona indlela eninazo ezonisiza ukuthi nikwazi ukuthi ni penetrate imarket. Kupitch yethu yana ikupitcheni namhlanje nizoyenza. Ingabe nikulungisile lokho izothinta nakuleyo part yokusho ukuthi ke nazi indlela nezinto eninazo enzonisiza ukuthi nikwazi ukupenetrate market.
Sinazo indlela sizoyinabisa ngayo ukuba sizopenetrate kanjani kwi-market esisizosebenza kuzo. So silungisile ke namhlanje lonto leyo ibingacacanga izolo.
Banilindile bathathu shonani khona asibone ukuthi i-pitch yenu ihamba kanjani madoda. Hopefully nje kala drone enu aflyayo it will take off na i-pitch yenu. Enkosi ngetatha. Wishing you all the best. Thank you. Ningashona khona ke bafethu balindile ke khona ngale.
Gentlemen, welcome back to Making Moves. How are you guys?
Right, thank you. Yeah.
Good. Ready for the pitch?
Yes.
Okay, you know Palesa on my left. You did some work with her yesterday. Our other judge today is Martine. And you've got 4 minutes to pitch your business, and that 4 minutes starts now.
Okay. Good day, everyone. My name is Aphiwe Adams, and I'm the drone pilot at Omnipresent. What Omnipresent Global is a drones operations company. What we do is we provide inspection and survey data. Now, this data ranges from providing farmers with maps of showing them where the productive and unproductive areas are in their crops, providing telcos with videos, HD and HD images of their structural conditions, providing construction companies with data on how much earth they've moved, so it's called volumetric calculations, and also providing, well, we're looking into going into insurance as well, providing them with more data in terms of the insurance claims.
We are a data analytics company, and what we'll do once we've won the 50,000 Rand is 30,000 will help us unlock an opportunity in which we could apply for our final license with Lubricon Civils, where we will start operations commercially, and the 20,000 will assist us with the software license, in which we will use to work and do our volumetric calculations in the various industries. We'll also be the first BEE Level 1 company which does commercial work in the drone operations industry. And yeah, upon winning, that's an opportunity with Lubricon Civils, which could turn into a 60,000 Rand per month profit.
And just to further also elaborate on our current competitors, Lonwabo mentioned that we will apply for a license with a 30,000 Rand. The license is called the ROC. The ROC, well, when we acquire the ROC, it will give us permission to operate at a large commercial scale, and we'll get to compete with 11 companies that are currently in the continent which hold the ROC. And once again, to further emphasize that, we will be the first level 1 BE company, which allows us to, well, sort of leverage from ED and to start doing some work in the mining industry as well, commercially, because that's where the space initially started, around mines, companies like Anglo using drones to test out, and now they've acquired a ROC as well, so they've seen the commercial benefit for them. So, any questions?
All right, you guys still have about a minute,
Okay.
But if you're done, you're done.
Okay, I think another thing that I was just throwing within that minute, I did mention that we are looking into going into insurance because what we can do as well with the software, as I think you're aware, we like doing a lot of research on the software itself, is that we've learned that now we can render accidents. So basically being able to give the insurer the data to say this car was moving at this speed from here to here, this is how the collision happened, and then they can process insurance claims using that data. So that's more a project in the future, but the 20,000 Rand will give us access to the software to do a bit of R&D on that. Yep.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. We're going to jump straight into a question and answer.
Okay.
I think I'll start first. Why don't you guys have a presentation? Because I think it's a bit cocky.
No,
You know what I
sorry
mean?
for that.
Okay. This 60K per month profit
Yes, sir.
from Lubicon, how did you calculate that and how do you get to 60K per month?
All right,
profit?
so to answer that question, currently they're paying their surveyors 20,000 per month. We came to a conclusion of we'll cut down your expenses by 10,000 and give him a return on investment of 10,000, where he's saving 10,000 per month, and we will charge them 10,000 for the service we are doing, as it does not cost us that much to provide the service.
And then where does 60 come from? They pay
60,000. They are
surveyors.
currently operating in 3 different projects, and that is where we'll come in once a month and collect 10,000 rand from each project.
Okay. So where does the 60 come in?
10,000 times 6 equals 60,000 per month.
Why times 6? I'm battling to understand.
Because there's 6 projects in which they need to do volumetric
Okay, so it's not 3
calculations.
projects,
Yeah,
it's
it's
6
six.
projects.
Yeah, I was about
You
to
said
say
3 projects.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's 6 projects.
Balasa?
The software that you're
Yes, ma'am.
talking about, is that software now going to be, I'm just trying to understand, you've got the license that you're going to have, the outstanding license, right? And the software that you're currently using right now, how does this tie in with the software that you're wanting to buy? Because you've
so-
already got scalable software that, my understanding was you've got that.
We do, but then that's like sort of a monthly premium that we need to pay for that software.
I see.
So,
So now
the
you'd be owning
20,000
it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, hang on. So it's the same software, but it costs you only 20,000 to own versus to pay for it monthly, or
It costs us 7,000 rand to pay for it monthly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So remember now, there's 2 softwares that we want to purchase. So one software gives us access to insurance. The other one will allow us to do volumetrics and what you call this thing, basically 3D mapping as well.
so which
for-
software do you have now?
Well, we've had the same software, but I mean, like
Which
we
one do you
stated,
have? The insurance one. Do you have the
we
insurance
don't
one
have
now?
the insurance one.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you've got
yeah.
the...
You've got the data mapping one.
The data mapping one, yeah.
Okay.
So this is to buy the insurance software.
No, it's to buy both. Remember, so basically the data mapping one is monthly, right?
So you want 20 grand to prepay or to have
Yes.
some money so that you can pay for 3 months of the software?
Yeah. So that we can pay for it for 3 months.
Okay.
Of the
So you
software.
don't
So
buy
it's
the
not new
licensing up
software.
front.
No, they don't sell. They don't sell
the software. You have to buy.
You have to buy
it all the time.
monthly, yeah.
Just a question from the insurance perspective. It's not a telematics device that's in the vehicle.
Yeah.
How are you going to be monitoring anywhere at
So-
any given time?
So basically, let's assume an accident happens now somewhere in Sandton. We'd have to deploy someone there to the accident scene to fly the drone over. This will take them about 10 minutes of capturing the data, real-time data, because you need it to be geometrically correct and all that funny stuff. So the guy will go fly the drone over there, and you as the insurer now will have rendered. Basically, you would have sort of a cartoon display of what happened. The
I
car,
think my question is,
etc.
I understand that.
Yeah.
How does that differ from a telematics device?
So a telematics device, right? It's a tracker that you put in your car.
No. A telematics device can tell you the exact speed you were traveling,
Yes.
at which point you impacted the vehicle. It can even tell you your heart rate.
But doesn't the telematics
It
device
doesn't
have to
tell
be
you-
fitted in the car already?
80% of insurers are now putting their telematics devices free of charge into the cars.
But the
so
issue-
my question is, have you researched that? Because that'll impact your long-term.
Yeah. So that's right. We'll need to research in terms of what other cars. So for example, because there's so many different insurances, you with Santam, I'm with someone else. I don't have a telematics device, you have a telematics device. So we can only get data from you. But with this solution, we can get data from, even if it's 5 cars that crashed into each other, we can get all that data. And it also extends not only to just accidents. I think my mistake was I used the use case of accidents. So this is use case based. Example, your farm burns down or your house burns down. You can use the exact same software to pick up you know, what's the extent of the fire damage? And it's a big problem now with Santam. We've actually engaged with them where they can't determine if there's hail damage on a farm. They can't determine what's the size of the hail damage. We can do that with drones.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Thank you very much for your pitch.
Okay.
Albeit the lack of presentation, but you know.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, and we'll call you back in a few minutes.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
The pitch went very well. I feel confident. We've expressed what our company does quite well.
I think we still stand a chance for the 50K because I think the judges saw the potential in our business and the need for the 50K.
What do you guys think of the boys?
I think they are very smart with the technology side of things, they're smart with the operational side of things, but they do need someone who's going to be able to drive real business growth.
I don't get it.
Bafowethu. Hayi nayishaya pitch.
Let's hope sishayela sishayanga.
The Texas eliminate.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Kwenzakala indaba.
I think isizame uba short and brief.
Yes.
Besifuna ixesha elininzi libe for questions, question and answers, because we felt ba kufuneke sicacise some of the things in besizenzayo, so masizamenze as short as possible.
I'm not seeing the potential, and you're both very excited, and I don't get
No,
why.
I don't think the excitement. For me, the word data analytics, and that's essentially what they do, from my understanding, and their
It is.
very understated presentation, but they collect data. And the one thing that we need to agree upon is that all the industries that they mentioned is highly reliant on data. And as things stand today, they don't have the data.
Real-time data is what the issue is about. You have to just be thinking about how accessible your data is, how credible your data is, and how fast and productive it is. Also, with a drone, your drone is running and collecting data when your business is shut down, when people are not even at work. So think about that level of productivity. Think about what you can do with
No, but
that.
that's my problem, Palesa. They haven't thought of that.
If bengathiwa manje baniphi 50,000 leni idingayo. It would be enough le pitch enenzile or bringabuyele emuva nithi hayi silungise futhi.
Zikhona izinto engasiye sizilungise. But siyathemba ukuthi na. Yeah.
They do hesitate too much. They overthink the next move, and they're speaking to the wrong people. So if you want telecoms, don't speak to the technical guy that's on the ground only. Speak to the person that's paying. That's who is going to be buying your product, and they need to be more strategic about their analysis of a client. You know, so they're too technically focused.
Okay.
I guess find out ukuthi ama churches athini ayibone kanjani pitch yenu. All the best. Shona and call.
Okay.
Banilindile ne.
All right.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Nkosi mtata. Sure.
Gentlemen, welcome back. So, an indication, just score yourselves out of 10. How do you think that went?
Based on what I know we can do, that would be a 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you agree?
Yes,
About a
I
4.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's a fairly accurate assessment. Yeah. No, I mean, what do you guys think?
I think you guys, you took the approach, it was more like a chat. But it's a pitch, and you're pitching for money, so you kind of want to drive that.
Yeah.
I think my feedback to your pitch in general, it was a bit disingenuous to talk about the software. You're saying we need 20 grand for software, when what you're actually saying is we need some operational capital to help us pay for our existing software. So I thought that was a bit sneaky. I don't think it was intended to be sneaky, but it just kind of didn't come across very well.
Okay.
Yeah, Martin?
The current areas that you operate in, your current projects that you're operating in, I would have liked to hear a little bit more on how the analytics is affecting that and how it's made it easier, because that gives me an idea of where the sweet spot lies in terms of the commercials. Okay. Am I making sense to you?
Definitely.
Okay, so I'd like you guys to just go back and look into that. What are you currently doing? How does it affect the market that you're currently working in? And what can you do more of? Which one is giving you the better return, and what can you do more of in that market?
Okay. I think it's a good idea for you guys to go and, you're stuck in your heads a bit. I think you need to go and talk to other people. I think you're also like young and charming and relatively good looking. You need to go charm some people. So go to these telcos and charm and grovel and go and sell yourselves.
Okay.
Not just the technology, but sell yourselves. Endear yourselves to decision makers. All right, so gentlemen, this is the end of the road for us. We the 50 grand, with the choices we have in terms of businesses that we have in front of us, 50 grand spent on you guys in the short term. Is not the best use of that money. There are businesses that will benefit with immediate, the 50 grand will have immediate impact and will make quite a big difference to their business. I hope that the experience has been beneficial to you in terms of just getting feedback and hopefully getting you to think about certain parts of your business differently. All right. Thank you, gents.
Okay. All right. Thank you, gents.
Thank you.
The judge's decision was quite fair. They sort of elaborated why they made the decision, and we understand.
From now on, we'll continue with our day-to-day operations and incorporate the advice that we were given, which is get out there more, not just focus on the technical stuff like we've been doing. Get the relationship with procurement going and get the relationship with the finance guys going and sort of understand their need of the business, because what we've been doing is selling the product instead of understanding their need.